So live and let die.
We're gonna be playing the Beatles dating simulator! Because we try. Guys, what was that? It's like unfriended. Okay.
Oh my god, that's such unfriended lighting.
So here are the Beatles. Okay? We got Paul.
Oh! Don't like the one on the right. The top right.
That's Ringo.
Yeah, he's ugly.
Yeah, everyone agrees he's the ugliest one, but there are people who actually act like he's their bias, and like they're actually lying to themselves, because he's definitely the ugliest one. He's the hottest one. I feel like you would agree with me, but you just gotta look past the bowl cuts. So it's George, Paul, John, Ringo.
Okay.
And they have many looks, but mostly they have bowl cuts. But, like, George, like, oh my god, bro. I want to know his secret. Oh, Paul actually looks pretty good here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
and
John's
he's the
kind of
shortest,
smearing.
too. Not only is he the ugliest.
Ringo? Nah, the Ringo strays are crazy. Peace and love, peace and love. Have you ever seen that video?
I'm scared to swallow.
I just swallowed one.
This is a serious message to everybody watching my update right now. Peace and love, peace and love. I'm warning you with peace and love, but I have too much to do. So no more fan mail. Thank you, and no objects to be signed. Nothing. Anyway, peace and love, peace and love.
Guys, just freaking bear with me. What's your name? It'd have to be some sort of YN.
What's a good YN name?
Midnight.
What is it called? What is
Aurora?
Ebony.
Aurora?
Have you ever seen that? I have ebony long black hair, and that's why my parents named me Ebony.
Yeah, I have purple eyes.
Mm-hmm. Aurora Borealis.
No! Aurora Bow. No, that's so dumb. Ermagerd. Hello, Ermagerd. Tom. Hello, Ermagerd. Top very much.
What is Tom?
And then you go.
Oh, okay.
Let's get started then by gum. What?
By
These
gum?
are British words? Goodbye.
Who's that?
Ooh,
Oh, wait, aesthetic.
22nd November 1963. Wait, you be her.
Another day in England.
Your alarm clock was ringing. You had already shut it off twice. From the window, it seemed that the weather was overcast, winds light to variable, rain very possible. You sat yourself up with the usual aches and pains. From the edge of the bed, you could see yourself reflected in the mirror. You were a plain-looking girl, a regular girl, not much remarkable at all.
She's not like the other girls.
She's not like the other girls. She seemed to be
Senorita
awesome. You were very plain. If you're walking down the street, heads would not turn. Classic. You smirked. Though there was one thing that wasn't like the other girls.
Oh, yes.
Unlike other foolish members of your generation listening to that modern 1963 garbage, you listened to real music. Despite being only 18, you didn't care to keep track of the pop groups. They were all the same to you. It wasn't easy, of course. Nobody understood. Oftentimes, you're walking from school, children would follow you on their bikes.
Why?
Oh. Old music fan! Look at the freak! She listens to old music! They would jeer as they pelted you with rocks!
Oh my god.
Why don't you listen to some swing jazz? Why don't you listen to some swing jazz, old music fan?
Oh my god.
Regardless, you made your way out of bed and began to get ready for another day of 1963 English high school. Armageddon! You rolled your eyes, probably mad you would miss the bus again. Bus is in England.
The bussies.
You skipped downstairs, running your hand along the staircase railing. Your mom was in the kitchen table smoking a cig. Smoking a cig. You made a face. She was playing the awful modern 1960s pop on the radio. Sometimes you wondered if she did it just to make you angry. She did hate you after all.
Aww.
She looked tired, more so than normal, but she was wearing a brand new mink fur coat. Who is this diva? Huh, that was new. But that didn't make sense. You were behind on rent and utilities. What's she doing spending money on luxuries?
Well, I'm off to high school. Bye, Mom.
She stood up dramatically from the kitchen table, her wine glass knocked over, and so did other liquors.
Oh.
Dang. Like hell you are!
Oh my god.
This is a performance of
That's really good.
You turned confused. Malicious grin crossed your mother's face. You think you're so great! Costing me money? Draining my finances? Eating food growing out of closed day? Turning the volume all the way up as you blast those retro phonograph cylinders? 18 long years! Well, guess what? You're 18 now! And that means... You were taken by shock, your school bag hanging off your delicate feminine shoulder. It was true, your 18th birthday was just a few weeks ago. Not that she'd done anything, you thought she'd forgotten. Evidently not. She sighed, pouring another glass of rosé. He'll be here any moment.
Be here? Who?
Your new owner! There was a knock at the door. Wait, we'll both be two Beatles.
Okay.
Okay, you be John and Ringo, and I'll be Paul and George, okay?
Mm-hmm.
You were sweating. Oh.
Who the H is that?
Your mum sighed. Beatle Paul McCartney! I sold you to Paul McCartney!
So loud.
There's tear coming out of my eye. Paul McCartney of the Beatles! Him! I'm gonna cry. Wait, you're Paul, remember. Okay. The front door swung open and shaky looking on the other side.
What? Mom, you can't be serious!
Zoom in on his face. I know. Her gaze was as cold as the first time she laid eyes on you. But I am! Your shaky, mascara-rimmed gaze shakily moved to the tall, handsome, sickly Englishman in the doorway. Hello, love. Yeah! That's so gross. Looks like you're my property, by gum! It's so bad. You were at a loss for words. Mommy! She rolled her eyes at you. You turned to look at the Beetle Boy, gawking. You weren't like most girls. You did not care about pop groups and did not care to keep track of them. You didn't listen to Monkees or Beach Boys or Rolling Stones or any English or otherwise rock pop group. You were born in the wrong generation.
Oh, of course.
You listened to real music like Henry Hall, Russ Morgan, Rudy Valley, and the Andrews Sisters. Irrelevant. Everything written nowadays was loud and tasteless, lacking melody or soul. You didn't even know the Beatles by name. Whenever you saw their records in shop windows, you turned your head in the opposite direction. Oh, blah, blah, blah. That's right, you stupid bitch!
Oh my god.
I'm tired of paying for your ungrateful arse! Why does it say arse? For 18 years, you have drained my fun money!
Her money for cigs?
It's about time I get some use out of your existence! You would have cried, but you could have seen this coming. Since age 5, she told you the story of your conception. It had been in the car park after a 9-inch nail. Wait. Now I'm lost. Okay. It took 9... Oh my god! Your mom took a long drag from her cigarette. Beetle Paul McCartney was still standing there. You turned to him pink in the face.
You're Paul McCartney of that Beatles band?
That's right, love. Ew. You were staunchly uninterested on any modern music.
Okay.
You knew very little of the gossip or the boys themselves. However, looking at properly up close for the time, you noticed he looked a lot like Clara Bow. You look like Beetle Paul McCartney in this light. Get on my body.
That's not good.
You always thought she was hot. Are we a boy or are we a lesbian?
You sold me to a musician?
She took the cigarette from her lips looking bored. Yeah, love! You were incredulous.
How?
Gumtree! I guess it's like Craigslist for British people.
Huh.
Wait, Australia? I don't even know anymore. I live in America! You turned to McCartney.
You bought me on Gumtree?
Oh my god, that's so bad! McCartney was
Yeah, love.
You.
That's
Cheeky little bastard!
Cheeky
Cheeky little bastard, you Paul! He winked. Your hands shot to your head trying to process this. Core. It was almost 8:30. You were going to be late for English practice.
You were on Gumtree one day and, oh, I don't know, decided to buy a person?
Paul McCartney licked his lower lip. I don't like that sprite.
Scared
I
of
really
him
don't.
so... Yes.
There was a beat of silence.
Whatever for?
They got lazy, bro! Your mouth fell open, but you were no closer to the truth. You turned to your mom.
How much was I worth, huh?
£10. Your jaw flew open more offended than before.
Mum!
She shrugged. It's more money in 1963. I paid off the British mortgage. You sighed in defeat, slumping over.
Groovy! That's settled then.
Oh my god. He grabs you.
Ah! Whoa! Let's go, slack!
I just can't. When you're editing this, I'm gonna need you to zoom in on that face as much as possible. Like the screaming sound effect. Like, you know what I'm talking
Yeah, I
about?
know what you're talking about.
He resisted.
What does this mean? Fie upon you, mother?
She flicked her cigarette onto your baby face. She zipped an ashtray. Diva. Beetle Paul McCartney.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, this is inappropriate! He did not wink. This actually did have a 16 plus warning on it, and you're not 16. He did not wink.
Well, ladies, I've had it up to here with your bickering. I've got my two fivers, I don't know.
$5 bills.
Right here,
Wait,
and
it's not America.
have come to complete my purchase. If it's all the same to you.
Why is he like dying or drowning? You blushed, his firm tone making you quiver. You sighed in resignation. McCartney nodded. Let him drag you out by the arm, out of the only home you've ever known.
He's
home.
A place where I belong. Would you stop doing that? I sound like his hands.
You turned to him, unhappy.
Doing what?
Paul turned to you. He didn't wink. Then back to the road. You were driving on the left side of the road because that's how English cars are. Paul sat on the right seat of the car, and that's how English cars are, despite Paul himself being left-handed.
Stop making sounds. I'm trying to concentrate on the radio.
Edward, teach! He smirked, turning to you.
Listen.
Paul turned up the knob. Oh my god.
God.
Of the radio. Your hands immediately shot to yours in disgust. It was that horrid rock and roll. If only you still had your book bag, you could put it over your head in defiance of that wicked sound. If only Paul hadn't burnt it at the side of the road. Forcing you to watch in horror from the locked cars, your only possessions left in the world went up in smoke. You glared at him. Paul frowned, then looked a little upset. He shut the radio off.
It's my song.
You scoffed.
I'm sorry, I only listen to classical channels. I didn't know it was your song.
Chubby. You had not intended to insult him directly, yet you still covered your ears. You watched the landscape as you drove past. It was very gray, being late autumn.
Paul.
Before you could finish the thought, McCartney cut in.
That's Mr. Paul to you.
Though his tone was pleasant, it didn't seem like a joke. I love that face.
Or just sir, if you're not a chatty broad.
Sir?
I botched your personhood, love. Alright, that's great.
Paul's Ford Console Classic pulled him in the driveway of 57 Green Street Beatles pad.
Welcome home,
That
love.
face card is
Those
crazy.
gosh dang lashes.
Face card accepted.
Oh my god, I'm gonna fall.
His cheeks became even puffier when he smiled. He unbuckled his seatbelt and stood up. You tucked your hair behind your ear, sighing. You hadn't even gotten to pack a suitcase, and Paul had burnt your last earthly possessions. You didn't know why he did it either, shouting at you to keep watching. Oh my god. The Beatles were this misogynistic in real life, I feel like.
Yeah.
John Lennon beat women, I think. You can fact check that and put it on the screen. Guys, Holly's fact of the day. John Lennon beat women. Listen. Do you want to know a secret? Okay. In any case, he seemed to be in a state of... Okay. The flames glinted against those soul flies that drove all the girls mad. Like a gentleman, he came around to open the car door for you, offering a hand. You blushed.
So, love,
That day smirk.
you're not a fan of the Fabulous Four?
Face card.
You shook your head, though not as vehemently as before, feeling some guilt over insulting him directly earlier.
Not really. I didn't even know your names until today, that is. I know your name.
You shrugged. Paul winked.
Alright then.
Does he have something in his eye?
You've already met me. Of course.
Face
that is
card!
Fabulous Paul
I think I'm coming
McCartney.
around to him. Look at that face card. Look at those lashes. And he definitely has lipstick
good
on.
mascara every day.
I wonder how long it takes the Beatles to get ready. Like, because that's blush,
Uh-huh.
that's lipstick, mascara, and their hair, their famous haircut. But do you think they get their brows laminated?
Maybe.
I play bass.
The bass player is always the hottest in the band.
Well, wait, you think he's the hottest?
I think he's the most popular.
Uh-huh, he definitely is. So yeah.
Like,
I
girls-wise.
guess, Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't want to mind, you know, nobody wants to be the bass player, the guy in the back.
Wait, no, bass players are hot. Dr. Seji? You should put a hot picture of him on the screen. And then be like...
And then be like, what?
But I don't exactly fit the
You have to make the
archetype,
face every time
do
you-
I?
I need that tattooed on me, like...
Next, there's
Oh, God.
John Lennon!
Ooh, face
He's
card.
our rhythm guitarist and the other half of the legendary Lennon-McCartney songwriting partnership, which I am the other half of. Say he's rough, but he's alright once you get to know him.
Yeah, rough is one way to put it.
We officially met on 6 July 1957 at the Wooten Village Vid.
Edward Teach!
Though I had seen him around our hometown of Liverpool, England. That's where we are all from. That's why we all speak in this strange foreign dialect. I was only 15 at the time. No, he talks a lot, boy.
Yeah. He kind of reminds me of you. No, not because of his looks, but just his demeanor. He's very demure. Like, look at that pose. Come on, tell me when I hit that pose. Ew, the back rooms.
Hello, lads, I've bought a woman.
Make sure to feed it this time. Why are they pirates? You walked into 3 young men at the table, seemingly having
Artisanal jam!
How did you peep that?
Yes, it says jam right there!
Well, but it doesn't say artisanal, it says something jam.
Well, it's artisanal.
Their expressions were far from warm. They all just surely sat there with their horrible mops of hair. The one on the left had a gaunt face and intense eyebrows. He looked like a stick bug in his limbs and angular nature hunched over his rations.
Jesus H!
When he opened his mouth to drink, he had quite a set of teeth. This is how I talk about Tally Hall too, so I don't... Wait, I'm him.
Yeah.
By gum, Macca! You've got to stop buying hookers!
They're Scottish?
I'll join them at the table taking a seat, however there is no seat for you. You remedy?
I'm
Ringo
scared
looks
of them.
scared.
I can't.
Ringo, the side eye from Ringo is crazy. Oh.
Oh.
It's bad for our image if you're traveling with proceeds.
Prostitutes.
Just F
Regular
words like the rest of us.
Paul groaned to himself, rolling his eyes if he'd heard that line many times before, with hands in his coat pockets.
Well, I do! F. Regular broads right. Discretion is preferable in this scenario. You
I'm
know.
really scared of John right now.
But Irma gets hooker, actually. I've bought her up her mum for no less than 10 quid.
Good Lord, Macca! You bought a freaking girl! Wait, that was freaking
Oh my
perfect.
God.
Paul, you can't just buy a freaking girl! Paul and I's hands.
Lads, come on! How often do you get a chance like that?
I actually need that tattooed on my body.
I was reading the paper, you know, when I saw the listing. Well, we got that album coming out tomorrow, so we've got the money coming in.
Isn't that, illegal?
Come on. Better me than someone else.
Now the members were looking at you. You didn't like being watched by them. That one had a rough-sounding voice, watching with beady little eyes. Would Cider take her back to her mother? Baz, she sold her for 10 quid. Not sure that that's a good idea. It was becoming a bit much for you. It'd been one heck of a morning, and it wasn't even 10 a.m.
Cool.
What is it? I don't know what that means.
Oh. Surprise, excitement, admiration, alarm. So it's like, oh. You press your palm to your forehead, pushing back your hair. You spoke, questioning the group despite the flusteredness you felt.
So, how's this gonna go?
The broad one looked at Paul. She talked. Well, go put her somewhere then. Paul was cheery again. He rubbed his hands together, then turned to you.
Okay!
He's a cheeky little bastard.
Let's get you acquainted then.
The flat wasn't as large or decadent as you would expect for a group so popular. Granted, they had only really blown up in the past few months. Not that you would know, as someone greatly uninterested, but you didn't recall seeing much of them early in the year. It did seem that the flat was hastily furnished as if recently moved into. That could be the case. Also, it was possible the group was usually on the blah blah blah. Blah 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 blah!
Paul?
Yeah, love.
Why did you take my place and burn?
That picture up there was crazy.
Oh, that love.
His back was turned as he walked. You could see him perk up. He turned his head.
If this explains it, when I buy things, I only want what I'm buying. I don't want any extra clutter or freebies or businesses trying to offload onto me. But don't worry, love. If you need anything, I'll buy it for you.
That was Izzy Hands. He winked.
I'm sort of a big deal around
We need
here.
to actually stop with the winking. I'm sick of it. Paul stopped suddenly, nearly causing you to bump into him. You blushed, adjusting your dress. Ugh. Oh, lordy.
Welcome to my swinging pad. I was out when we chose rooms. So mine's the smallest.
Stubby.
Of course, I've never had a girl complain before when I brought her in here.
You stopped before coming through the doorway.
Well,
You mumbled, your hands linking behind your shoulders, raising up. Paul's head tilted. You blushed.
Paul.
He cut in, speaking in a proper accent.
So, whoa! Because he's correcting her. Okay.
Wait, why did it look like it turned off?
What's happening here? What's happening?
Sorry guys for that little complication we just ran into.
So,
What if I did it again?
Sir Paul.
There was only one bed. Go on.
your
American people. Pad means bedroom.
Your pads are nice and all, but I thought you were showing me to my accommodation. In here, of course.
Disgusting rodent of a man.
What?
Paul waved a come here motion. Perhaps endeared by your bashfulness.
Come in, I'll show you.
You paused, your hand resting on the door frame.
Show me.
Paul gestured for you to come, seemingly excited. You stalled a moment longer, but then walked through, looking where Paul was pointing.
Stop. Don't you like it?
He looked down at the crate, seemingly disappointed.
Cool.
You just stared at it.
I've made it nice for you. Why does he look so sad?
His tone seemed reassuring, gesturing to the crate, trying to get you to come around.
Dude, what?
I'm really trying hard not to grab the camera again right now.
I don't want to, like, act this out.
I'll take over.
Okay.
Look, I've put a cushion at the bottom so you don't have to lie on the bars. And a nice blanket here. He crouched, lifting it up at the end, smiling up at you. Then his eyes opened wide, smiling. Oh, and look! He opened the door, reaching in. He ruffled through the blanket, then pulled out what looked to be a stuffed toy. He held it up to you. Women really... Women really like cute things.
Stop it.
Must be why I get laid so often. Oh my god. He's a freaking demon. Your mouth twisted in distaste. Paul.
It's really cringy.
Guys, I'm...
My mascara is in my eye.
You turned over somewhat annoyed by being disturbed by the stranger. To your surprise, it was the third one from the group. You did not know their names still despite Paul's efforts. In real life, which this was, there was no floating glamour shots to accompany the verbal descriptions. Your body twisted to look out at the male over your shoulder. There he was, staring.
You wounded me.
You weren't cross with him, but you felt the need to break the intense silence. Hello. He had a funny way of speaking. They all had a strange foreign dialect, but his the most so. You crouched in front of the cage, all bent and angular. Sorry. I didn't mean to disturb you.
That's okay. I was just dreaming.
Oh.
Not anything about Paul either.
Ew! Let his face change. That would be weird.
Yes.
Why was Paul the Queen of England? Oh. Oh, what's your name?
Oh my god.
What's yours? He looked confused. You don't know me.
He was very hurt by that.
What?
He was very hurt by that. I'm not like the other girls. I don't know the modern music groups or anything current. I like old music.
Oh. The Oscar costume. My name is George. I play lead guitar. Because I'm the best at guitar. It's nice to meet you. I don't think I can do the dog crate anymore, guys.
Just breathe. No one split it out. No one split it out. That was a good crunch. They're so dry in the throat though, they make me always want some water, some good water.
see you on the next one.